Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think you saw the thumbnail in front of these beautiful buildings. I mean, look at this, the village I'm going through. And just look at that, I mean, yeah. Right now we are going to an interview, and for some reason, I applied for, yesterday I applied for 25 sales jobs. I actually wanted to apply for 5 more jobs today. But I think there is no need for it really, because I already got like a ton of messages. Alhamdulillah, like I think I have like 4 interviews, and 2 of them are today. One I just exited from, and right now I'm going for another one. And the thing I wanted to document is the stress of it, because the kind of companies which are hiring sales guys, you can't be nobody. You're not delivering food. You're not, doing some kind of really low level stuff. There is some, base. Alright, so the first half of this video was filmed yesterday, and the second half of it is today. So in the, that guy was playing such loud music, I just couldn't keep talking. I exited. My first interview was in a fancy place. The second one wasn't in a fancy place, and it made me kind of question a little bit. But we're in a not very like luxurious situation. My first day job I worked at was kind of a very simple, I would say, place. I don't really choose, but here's the thing, the place which is not very fancy, we're not nitpicky with the people it was hiring, and it kind of felt like they were okay. And the first place I went to in an interview, it wasn't in a business center, and that's why they they interviewed with a special HR and all this stuff. Yeah, like it felt a little bit horrible. So, our current situation is kind of like, maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't. There is this guy called Charlie Morgan. In his story, as much as I can remember, guy dropped out of college, 19, 18 years old guy, 20 years old probably. Dropped out of college, got a sales job, which is kind of similar to what I'm doing right here, because I applied for, I had like a couple of options, what can I do possibly, which is not too low level, but at the same time, it's not like, coding job, which is going to require me a ton of stuff. And at the same time, the paradigm I had, and the biggest problem I had is, the coding sales, the coding job, if I'm going to be very lucky, is going to get us to 3 to 5K a month, or in some cases even like 1 to 2K, depending on where the company is located. So it's not like, really fancy. It's just a title. You feel what I'm saying? It's just a title. If you're working as a programmer, remote, in a company which is located in like some kind of fancy first world country. But the real truth is that you're getting paid almost the same amount of money as someone who is living and working in a third world country, just working as, you feel what I'm saying, like a sales, or, I got some ideas like, call centers that are pretty nice. It's clean place, you know what I mean? Some are not. Well, call centers, sales jobs, appointment setters, especially online, they're crazy. Some appointment setters are getting paid as a stack, like 3K or 1 to 3K, and there's like extra bonuses depending on how many people you actually close. So you feel what I'm saying? I think, well, I had an idea of maybe just going for an appointment setting, because I saw some posts on Facebook of people hiring, and they were offering 3K a month. And if that is really actually truth, then that's crazy. Because I could have made the same amount of money I'm making from my coding job, just not working as a coder, and just getting rid of this label and marketing garbage, right? yeah, it was hard to kind of shift your mind because I was like, I'm fully into this coding job, fully into this coding career, and I spent like 10 to 20 days, I think, applying for coding jobs alone. We did pretty, good progress, of course, got a lot of connections with human working people working at the recruiting sphere, especially on LinkedIn. There was some, you know, my LinkedIn got like banned because some people were trying to sneak into my LinkedIn. I think we got too famous or something weird happened or whatever. Yeah, whatever. So it's hard, as a teenager, as someone who is supposed to make money, but at the same time you want to win because right now our current situation is like, you are, particularly me in this case, accepting the defeat, kind of, and going for another path, so another career. Um, I mean, even as a programmer, I don't think I would have been working in this job like for 30 years. You're hardly mistaken. Obviously, we want a little bit of different life as a financial independent person. But okay, yeah, making this video too long. So Saturday had an interview. Sunday today nowhere is working, and that's why no interviews. But actually for Monday I had like 2 interviews scheduled, but one place, the second one I actually was going in the first segment of this video, they asked me to show up for the first day of work and see how it goes because I was doubting myself. As I said, it's not a very fancy place, and I had some hopes about getting a job in the first place. And yeah, they said me to come to 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. tomorrow, I'm gonna try to go there. 10 a.m. tomorrow, I'm gonna try to go there. And I don't really know what I'm gonna do with my life. Let's see. Peace out.